You're a woman in a small European village, year 1590. The smell of bread is filling your one-room cottage. You're minding your own damn business, kneading dough, when your neighbor storms in pointing at you like she's just caught a criminal. Witch, she screams. Why? Because her cow gave sour milk while yours didn't. That's literally it. That's the level of evidence we are working with here. Moments later, you're dragged outside. The villagers gather like it's free entertainment. Kids are laughing, old men are spitting, and you're wondering how baking bread turned into a one-way ticket to barbecue night. See, in this era, witches were the all-purpose scapegoats. Bad harvest? Must be the witch. Plague? Witch. Your husband drinks too much ale and snores like a pig? Obviously witchcraft. The church, of course, doubled down. Priests preached that witches were agents of Satan hiding in plain sight. Political leaders loved it too, an invisible enemy was perfect for controlling the population. And here's the brutal part, almost anyone could get accused. But if you were poor, old, widowed, or simply weird, your odds skyrocketed. Basically, society had a roulette wheel, and if it landed on your name, congratulations, you're tonight's special. The first stop on your nightmare tour, a witch examination. Step 1, they strip you naked in public. Why? To find witch marks, scars, birthmarks, moles. Basically, if you had freckles, you were already screwed. Step 2, the swimming test. They tie you up and toss you into a river. Logic goes, if you float, you've rejected holy water and are guilty. If you sink, you're innocent, but, also dead. So either way, you're not exactly winning here. Imagine being tied up, shoved into freezing water, and the villagers cheer like they're watching a sports match. That's not just humiliating, it's psychological torture disguised as community fun night. Let's say you somehow survive the river stunt. Guess what? Now it's time for interrogation. And no, it's not friendly QA. This is thumbscrews crushing your fingers. This is the rack stretching your body until you're taller but screaming in agony. This is red-hot iron pressed against your skin until the smell of burned flesh fills the room. And the goal isn't to prove your innocence, it's to make you confess. Because confession equals proof, and proof equals another tally mark in the record books. But here's the kicker, even if you confess, you're not saved. They'll just burn you anyway. Your confession only makes it easier to accuse others. So the witch hunt spreads like wildfire, literally. Now, sometimes, just sometimes, you might be spared. Maybe the judge has a soft spot, or the town runs out of firewood. You go home, thinking, wow, I survived. But survival doesn't mean freedom. From that moment on, you're the villagers punching back. Crops fail? Your fault. A baby cries too loud? Your fault. Your neighbor trips on a rock? Guess what, you cursed her. You don't die at the stake, but you die socially. No one talks to you, no one helps you, and you live in constant fear that tomorrow they'll knock on your door again. And betrayal? Oh, betrayal was basically guaranteed. Your best friend? She's dropping your name just to shift suspicion. Your neighbor? She says you hexed her bread because it didn't rise. Spoiler, she just sucks at baking. Even your family isn't safe. Husbands accused wives. Children accused mothers. Why? Because pointing the finger was easier than becoming the target. In some towns, witch trials were less about demons and more about petty grudges. Jealousy, inheritance disputes, or just plain boredom could land you in chains. And when the final verdict comes? It's not quiet. It's a spectacle. They march you into the town square, ropes biting into your wrists. Firewood stacked high. The whole town shows up, because nothing says Saturday fun like a public burning. The priest gives his sermon. The executioner lights the pile. The flames rise, heat slams your skin, and the crowd roars like they are at a halftime show. Some people pray, some jeer, and some cheer. Your screams echo until they don't. And when the smoke clears, what's left of you is ash and whispers. And here's the dark truth, this wasn't rare. Between the 15th and 18th centuries, tens of thousands of people, mostly women, were executed across Europe and beyond. And for what? For being different. For being unlucky. For existing in the wrong place at the wrong time. The witch trials weren't about magic. They were about fear, control, and cruelty. They gave ordinary people permission to unleash their worst instincts under the banner of righteousness. So yeah, being a witch in medieval times didn't mean flying on broomsticks or brewing potions. It meant surviving as long as you could until someone decided your freckles looked suspicious. They wanted to erase you. Instead, centuries later, we are still telling your story. And if you thought this was brutal, wait until you hear about life in the trenches of World War I. That wasn't just mud and rats, it was hell on earth. Click here to see why.